filling out the Animation Force Disney Pixar bracket. And it's rough. How am I supposed to do Emperor's New Groove or WALL-E? Oh my goodness, these are two completely different movies. Emperor's New Groove or WALL-E, WALL-E, Emperor's New Groove. I really like Emperor's New Groove. I'm gonna do that one. Alright, so Emperor's New Groove is the winner of Toontown Regional. Alright, so on to San Francisco Regional. Beauty and the Beast or Finding Dory? Beauty and the Beast. Incredibles or Winnie the Pooh? That one's easy. Incredibles. 2011 version. Hercules or Cinderella? Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I've seen either of those. I remember Cinderella more. I remember, well, I mean, they're both good movies, but Zootopia or Ratatouille? Rats. That would mean Ratatouille, I guess. But, I'm gonna go Ratatouille. Man, that one's gonna get me some flack right there. Bambi or Alice in Wonderland? I don't know if I ever saw Bambi. Alice in Wonderland, I remember not liking, but out of the two, we're gonna go for Alice, since that's the one I've seen. Little Mermaid or Cars? Cars. Sword in the Stone and Treasure Planet? I haven't seen Sword in the Stone. There are a lot of Disney movies I haven't seen, which is really sad. Okay. Sword in the Stone, Treasure Planet. I know one of the animators on that one. Aladdin or Chicken Little? Oh, Aladdin, goodness. That one's easy. Beauty and the Beast or The Incredibles? Oh! Well, for me, it's easily The Incredibles. Cinderella or Ratatouille? Definitely Ratatouille for me. It's also been a really long time since I've seen Cinderella. Alice in Wonderland or Cars? Again, I didn't really care for Alice in Wonderland that much, so Cars. Treasure Planet or Aladdin? You know, Robin Williams really makes that movie. It's going to be Aladdin. The Incredibles or Ratatouille? Well, for those who know me, it's going to be The Incredibles. Just amazing characters all around. Love the story. Wait, and it's two Brad Bird films head to head. That's just ridiculous. Cars or Aladdin? Aladdin's going to take the cake on this one. And Aladdin versus The Incredibles? Sorry, it's The Incredibles. The Incredibles is the regional champion of San Francisco Regional. We have the Andes Room Regional. Lion King or Black Cauldron? I haven't seen the Black Cauldron, so we're going to go for the Lion King. Did I do this right? Yeah, 101 Dalmatians or Up. For me, that one's easily Up. It's been a while since I've seen 101 Dalmatians, but Frozen or Aristocats? Ooh. It's been a really long time since I've seen the Aristocats. But I did not care for Frozen that much. I mean, it's a good movie, I suppose, but it just didn't strike too many chords in me. So this one's going to go to Aristocats. That one's going to also catch me some flack. Toy Story or Rescuers? I haven't seen Rescuers either. Again, I haven't seen a lot of Disney movies, which is super sad. But this one's going to go to Toy Story for me. Let's see, Nightmare Before Christmas or The Hunchback of Notre Dame? So I haven't seen Nightmare, but I abhorred Hunchback. So even though this will be the first time that I will have voted for one that I haven't seen, we're going to go for Nightmare Before Christmas. Plus, Netflix keeps telling me that I'm going to love Nightmare Before Christmas. I just haven't watched it yet. Sleeping Beauty or Dumbo? So, pretty ashamed to say that I have not seen Sleeping Beauty either. So this one's going to go to Dumbo. I remember liking that when I was a kid. Princess and the Frog or Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. I haven't seen either of these. So this one's kind of a toss-up. We're going to go for Winnie the Pooh. Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. I really have no idea. That one's just a complete guess. Well, that was a really long name. Snow White or Monsters University? I really liked Monsters U. That one's definitely going there. All right, so in the second round, Lion King versus The Up. You know, two great movies. So I hear, because I didn't like Lion King, you know? I watched it much later in life. I watched it when I was in college, and it just did not strike an emotional chord in me. Maybe it was just the time of the year, I don't know, but yeah, sad to say, it's gonna be Up. I love Up. In college, there were two movies that I always wrote about, Up and The Incredibles. So you're going to hear about those probably more coming up. Aristocats or Toy Story. Again, it's been a really long time since I've seen Aristocats. So this one is going to be Toy Story. I remember liking both, but I've seen Toy Story more recently, and I still really like it. It holds up. Nightmare Before Christmas or Dumbo. Again, I haven't seen Nightmare, so Dumbo's going to be the winner there. Winnie the Pooh. Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh or Monsters U. It's going to be Monsters U. All right, so Up versus Toy Story. Easy one for me. It's going to be Up. Dumbo versus Monsters U. It's going to be Monsters U. Now is the hard one, which is Monsters U versus Up. Because I really, really like the story in Monsters University. They did a fantastic job of making a prequel that you didn't expect the ending. For Up, though, Up had so many adult themes in it that were so subtle that it was just an excellent movie. It was also the only movie other than Beauty and the Beast, so that would mean it's really the only 3D animated movie that's been nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. Now, the Oscars aren't a great source for finding good animated films. Well, a few years ago was it Brave beat out Wreck-It Ralph, which was just really sad because they're both good movies, but Wreck-It Ralph was clearly better. I think it was just picked because Brave was picked because it was Pixar. It's gonna be Up. Up is the regional champion of Andy's Room. Okay, so we're in the final four. Oh, these are rough, but I could have predicted this. Semifinals are Emperor's New Groove and the Toontown Regional Champion, The Incredibles and the San Francisco Regional Champion, Inside Out is the Sherwood Regional Champion, and Up and Andy's Room Regional Champion. So the first championship game is Emperor's New Groove versus The Incredibles. You know, I really like Emperor's New Groove, but it's going to be The Incredibles. Emperor's New Groove definitely deserves a spot in the championship, so at least it made it this far, but Incredibles is definitely going to be it. Inside Out versus Up. This one's hard because these are both Pete Docter films. He is an amazing director, an amazing writer. I just even remember reading about Inside Out where Pete Docter is having a hard time figuring out this one sequence, and Brad Bird in a meeting was just like, Pete, you know, it's like you're trying to do a triple axle backflip, whatever, and gale force winds, and you're mad at yourself for not sticking the landing. That's how good Inside Out is. Pete did an amazing job. Up is also right up there in terms of adult themes and themes that are like just in the mind and hard to express with words. It's just something that you feel and know as a human being. That he's touching all these little things. But man, out of these two, Inside Out's gonna be it for me. All right, I could have predicted this. It's gonna be The Incredibles versus Inside Out. Reason I could have predicted it, these are my two favorite movies of all time, and it's obviously an animation as well. This is tough because The Incredibles is what made me want to be an animator. I admit that there are things in it that aren't necessarily quite as good story-wise as Inside Out. Some of the emotions don't hit. There's a lot of variety, though, in The Incredibles. There's action, there's humor, there's some sad moments, there's just empowering moments. There's so many cool things in The Incredibles. Technically, it was just so far beyond its day and age. Like, they had hair, they had windblown hair, they had wet hair, they had long hair, they had tons of changes of clothes. If you look at it, all the 3D animated movies up to that point, characters stayed in their clothes. That was it. Incredibles was like, no, every scene is a different change of clothes. They had fire, they had explosions, they had water. Like, they had so much stuff that was brand spanking new, that it's just impressive. Inside Out didn't have all of those technical hurdles. They had two technical hurdles, really. They had the glowing skin, which was a subtle effect, but it really helped sell the idea that the characters in Riley's mind weren't physical skin. They don't have skin. It's just kind of energy. And also the memory balls, the glass things. Those are kind of their two technical challenges. After that, it was pretty okay. But man, between these two, The Incredibles holds a specific spot for me, of nostalgia and also gratefulness. Inside Out holds the candle when it comes to story, character-driven story, characters in general, and it's such a brilliant way of editing between the real world and Riley's mind, especially when she loses some of her core memories. My goodness, the editing in that scene is just breathtaking. You watch it, if you go back and critique just that one part, the dad comes into Riley's room, he's trying to figure out what's going on in Riley's head, and the editors just did a fantastic job of going back and forth between real world, Riley, Joy, the dad. I mean, you would be confused so easily, but they did an amazing job. For me, 2018 champion is Inside Out. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this. It was fun for me to make. Definitely check this out. I'll post the link on this video. Kudos to Christopher and Courtney Birnbaum for putting this together. It's a fantastic bracket, much better than the one that's been going around. It's way more in-depth and better seated for sure. Check it out, and I can't wait to hear what you all have to say about it.